So picture this. You've just wrapped up a grueling 10-hour workday, your brain is totally fried, you're absolutely exhausted, and the last thing you want to deal with? A dodgy real estate broker, right? Well, welcome to This Explainer. I am beyond excited to dive into this today because we're going to completely transform how you handle your next relocation. We're looking at the professional's guide to PG rental apps in India, and we'll be using data and insights to turn what is usually a totally draining experience into an absolute breeze.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the house hunting nightmare. Then we'll cover professional needs, followed by the 7 best PG apps. And finally, we'll wrap up with the ultimate booking checklist.
All right, let's dive right into part 1, the house hunting nightmare.
We have all been there, and honestly, it's time we just admit how broken the old way of doing things really is when you're relocating for work. I mean, moving cities usually means you're hunting for a room long after the sun goes down. You're spending your precious evenings dodging fake listings and negotiating blindly over these grainy WhatsApp screenshots that look like they were taken with a potato, literally. And for repeat movers, the breaking point? It's almost always trust and hygiene. When you're working crazy hours, you simply cannot afford to chase landlords for every little issue or stress about whether your space is actually clean. The traditional way is just completely exhausting.
Which brings us to section 2. Professionals have different needs.
No, what's really interesting about this is that to actually solve the problem, we have to recognize that as a working professional, you just can't settle for standard student housing anymore. Your priorities drastically shift the minute you enter the workforce. Student platforms, they focus entirely on budget, giving you basic beds and strict curfews. But professionals, you aren't just looking for cheap rent anymore. You demand privacy. You need a short commute to the tech park, super reliable Wi-Fi for remote work, and way quieter flats. And crucially, because of short assignments or maybe unexpected career transfers, you need predictable costs and highly flexible notice periods. It is a completely different ballgame.
So, let's move on to section 3, the 7 best PG rental apps. This right here is the absolute core of our explainer today. We're going to look at the arsenal of curated platforms that are doing all the heavy lifting for you. First up, we've got letWizard. And this goes way beyond just a basic listing app. It's a totally transparent digital marketplace. With live price discovery, virtual tours, and verified documents, you get to avoid all those nasty surprise charges or misrepresented properties. It even uses these cool Genie-style valuation tools to help you figure out if a PG, a flat share, or studio is the smartest financial move for you. Next on the list is Stanza Living. This platform represents a massive shift toward branded, fully managed co-living residences. If you're the kind of professional who wants a predictable, totally hands-off experience, well, this is your pitch. Imagine coming home from a really long shift and not having to manage the cook or coordinate with the maid or troubleshoot the Wi-Fi yourself. While it might sit at a slightly more premium price point compared to your standard unbranded PGs, it delivers incredible consistency, plus community events for folks who value predictability over total do-it-yourself independence. Now let's compare two very different but highly effective platforms, CoLive and PGO. So CoLive has this massive presence in major tech hubs. Think Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, and Chennai. They focus really heavily on tech-enabled, furnished co-living spaces where your meals, your Wi-Fi, and your maintenance are all completely handled for you. It's a very lifestyle-oriented choice. Contrast that with PGO, which stands for Paying Guest Online. Boasting a huge reach across more than 150 cities, their main strength is a strict, no middleman policy. They connect you directly with verified property owners. So if you're entering a brand new city and you just want one single app to quickly scan multiple neighborhoods and deal directly with the owners, PGO is an absolute powerhouse. Moving right along, we have Homeversity. This is a super fast-growing booking platform with a huge push on brokerage-free bookings and some great discounts within a massive centralized database. So why does this matter for you? Well, because it represents a major shift away from fragmented local brokers. It means you can easily compare a bunch of professionally managed residences all in one place without having to hop across a dozen different local websites. You can browse options near transit hubs or your office, find that perfect blend of price and comfort, and just book it without paying any extra listing charges. It's a real game changer.
And this next part brilliantly illustrates how the market has become incredibly specialized to fill unique gaps. Take Hostels for You, for instance. They are completely revolutionizing discovery in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. In places where finding a PG was traditionally totally dominated by word of mouth, Hostels for You acts as this detailed one-stop directory so you can see all your options super fast. Meanwhile, Book My PG is an absolute lifesaver if you are moving to a brand new city completely alone, with literally zero local contacts. It gives you straightforward, crystal clear details on rent, safety, and amenities all in one place, so you can finally ditch those scattered WhatsApp forwards for good.
All right, that brings us to our final section, Section 4, How to Choose Your App.
So the crucial point is, now that you know the apps, here's exactly what you need to look for before you actually hit book. First, always make sure the platform verifies owners and provides clear, well-lit photos. Second, you've got to dive into those genuine user reviews. They are honestly your best insight into the actual living experience. Third, carefully check the documented rules. Apps that clearly outline deposit terms, flexible notice periods, and exactly what's included, like meals or cleaning, those are the ones that will save you from nasty mid-stay surprises. And finally, lean heavily into those advanced filters. Being able to quickly sort by commute distance, your specific budget, the sharing type, and even gender preferences, that will literally cut hours off your search.
So we've seen how the right app can completely eliminate the anxiety of moving, transforming what used to be a chaotic scramble into a structured, stress-free process. You honestly no longer have to settle for endless broker calls or dubious WhatsApp photos. The tools to secure a safe, comfortable, and perfectly located home are right there at your fingertips. So I'm going to leave you with this. Where will your next career move take you, and which of these apps will you use to take control and get yourself there? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today, and hey,